Tonight, Senate proceeds on annual vacation to reconvene September 23, 2025. Speaker Abbas Tajuddin throws weight behind reserved seats for women in Parliament.
We need a practical, acceptable and workable formula.
Plus, Kano State House of Assembly moves to tackle maternal child mortality.
To avoid unnecessary referral of maternal cases to other facilities.
Good evening and welcome to NTA Parliamentary News. I am Amina Saidu. The Nigerian Senate has commenced its annual vacation. During plenary this Thursday, President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, directs committees to set up oversight, which is a crucial component of the legislative responsibility. The Senate is to reconvene on Tuesday, 23rd September 2025. Before proceeding on its annual vacation, senators in the Red Chamber paid heartfelt tributes to the late former President Muhammadu Buhari as they recalled unforgettable moments that shaped their political and personal relationships with the deceased. This was during the special session to honor the former president, sequel to a motion from the Senate leader, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele.
In the course of his administration, he adopted a very strict approach to governance, with a strong emphasis on discipline, anti-corruption, and economic recovery through what became known as the war against indiscipline.
President Buhari was a man of integrity, a highly principled person.
I headed up as chairman of the All Progressive Congress with President Buhari as the overall leader. I have very fond memories of his unyielding commitment and his belief that Nigeria must remain one.
The late former president was not corrupt and remained incorruptible.
His dedication to the rule of law and democratic principle is a testament to his character.
The eulogy was laced with anecdotes highlighting the legacies and impacts of the late leader, who ruled as both military head of state and a two-term democratically elected president.
We achieved a stability in the relationship between the legislature here in that period and the executive arm of government that enabled us to pass many critical and crucial legislations, and for the president to assent to many bills than any previous president from 1999 in the last 4 years that we had with him.
I also disagreed on his failure to restructure the country. But Buhari, at all of our meetings, showed innate decency and discipline. He fought a lot of battles, particularly the bourgeois, for the masses. But unfortunately, the people he jailed in 1983 later came back in full force to frustrate most of his policies during a civilian era.
The nation will continue to miss the best president for years to come and for generations to come. And I hope we have done enough, but I don't think we will stop honoring him so long as Nigeria exists. His name will continue to reverberate through the nooks and crannies of this nation.
Senate commended President Bola Tinubu for the state funeral accorded late Buhari. As the commencement of plenary, 4 senators from Akwa Ibom and Osun states, Anie Kenbasi, Ekong Samson, Francis Fadaunsi, and Olubiyi Oluwole Fadeyi, defected from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressives Congress (APC), bringing the number of APC senators in the Red Chamber to more than 70 out of the 109. Senate also congratulates the national female team, the Super Falcons, for moving to the finals of WAFCON after defeating South Africa in the semi-finals.
It is important that at this juncture to ask for the praise of Nigeria, as these girls are gunning for the 10th title in Africa.
Very scintillating performance that led to their qualifying for the finals of the African Women's Championship.
Meanwhile, Senate Committee on Local Contents has warned both oil and gas and other companies operating in Nigeria that government will no longer fold its arms and allow entities shortchange the system by non-compliance with extant laws at the detriment of citizens.
We are starting with investigating abuse of expatriate quotas. Will make significant milestones to at least rescue sufficient amount of jobs for our people.
It warns that infractions will henceforth be sanctioned. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, has emphasized the importance of confronting practical realities in the push for women's political representation. This was during the She Represents Town Hall Strategic Roundtable on the reserved seats for women bill, organized by the House of Representatives in partnership with Conrad Adeno Stiftung Foundation. The report. The event brought together a spectrum of stakeholders, including women leaders, civil society organizations, advocacy groups, and development partners engaging in meaningful dialogue on the legislative efforts to advance the bill. The Speaker noted that empowering women brings unique perspectives, values, and leadership skills vital for effective governance.
We need a practical, acceptable, and workable formula that allows women to utilize existing campaign structures for governorship, Senate, and other elections. Let me restate the philosophy behind all this. The presence of more women in the legislative chamber is not charity. It is an investment in quality lawmaking.
Our demands are clear and credible. We seek inclusion in decision-making to shape resilient communities, to address issues that impact women and children.
Let us challenge ourselves to think creatively, act boldly, and collaborate effectively. Together, we can pave the way for a future where women are not just represented, but are leaders in decision-making processes.
Discussions focus on promoting women's representation in the Nigerian Parliament through the Reserved Seat Bill, understanding the reserved seats for women bill, and media advocacy strategy.
This bill has come to address so many things that have been troubling us, and it is possible for us to be able to address it without bloating the economy, without taking anybody's seat, without threatening anybody.
And this bill is critical because it speaks to the soul of Nigerian democracy. When women are at the table, budget reflects the need of families. Policies prioritize education, healthcare, and social protection, and governance becomes more inclusive, resilient, and responsible.
Participants at the event call for increased political will, stronger civil society engagement, and public sensitization to overcome resistance to gender quotas and ensure equitable representation of women in Nigeria's political architecture. The reserved seat for women, no doubt, is generating a lot of conversations. Yours truly had a one-on-one with Princess Inki Onyeri, a gender and development advocate, on the sidelines of the ongoing stakeholders roundtable on the reserved seats. Let's hear her thoughts. How will the reserved bill impact women's political participation?
We will move forward at a supersonic speed if we have more women. Our president, we have to thank him. His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I knew him when he was a governor in Lagos State. He worked for women. He included women. He loves to push women to be in the forefront. That's why you have so many women in his government on appointment, but not on the legislative National Assembly, and which is why we are now saying that the reserved seat, the special bill, the bill for special seats for women, we plead for this to be done. National Assembly do the right thing. And I know the President and the First Lady, because they have the interests of this country at heart, they will sign it. If the National Assembly lawmakers approve that bill, it's a done deal. I can swear on my life.
Princess Nikki Onyere there. Moving on, the Senate is commencing an internship program for members of the 6th session of the Nigerian Youth Parliament, advising young parliamentarians to take legislative business seriously instead of using it as a forum of content creation. This was at the commemoration of the International Day of Parliamentarians 2025, organized by the Nigerian Youth Parliament. National Assembly correspondent Joshua Ogunjide reports.
Nigeria's position on the Global Gender Gap Index, 24th out of 146 countries, signals exigent work ahead to bridge the gender gap and create real-time opportunities for all. The theme, achieving gender equality, action by action, is not just a slogan, but a clarion call to duty. Hence, the need to bridge the gap by empowering youth participation in policy making for a successful future.
You can have a mentor in academic, you can have a mentor in personal development, you can have a mentor in business, you can have a mentor in politics.
The 6th session of the Nigerian Youth Parliament are poised, I believe, to effect transformative and transparent financial system in the psyche of the young people of this country.
The forum also served as a platform to launch the legislative internship program for members of the 6th session of the Nigerian Youth Parliament, alongside launching of the first edition of the Maize magazine.
The Maize magazine serves as a groundbreaking platform to articulate the challenges Nigerian youth face and propose solutions to the challenges from unemployment, limited access to quality education, insecurity, inadequate healthcare facilities. Nigerian youth are confronted with systematic barriers.
Nigerian youth parliamentarians are now to be assigned to committees in the Senate to understudy, to act as mentee in various committees. Those who support, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
We understand that for the Youth Parliament to function meaningfully and deliver on its mandate, institutional and financial backing is non-negotiable. We are vigorously engaging with the relevant committees and leadership of the National Assembly to make this a reality in the shortest possible time.
From the National Assembly, Joshua Ogunjide, NTA News.
We pause for some messages. The news returns in a moment.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the Marketing Department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
This is NTA Parliamentary News, reaching you from Nigeria's capital city. A better future for the Nigerian child is a future for tomorrow's leaders. And that translates to a noble cause by stakeholders, civil society organizations, and child rights advocates at a public hearing by the National Assembly on bills for an act to establish Child Rights and Welfare Commission and that of National Child Protection and Enforcement Agency. National Assembly correspondent Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports.
Child abuse has been a source of concern to the society that needs legal framework to safeguard the rights of the child.
The 10th House of Representatives is fully committed to supporting policies and legislative frameworks that promote the welfare of Nigerian children.
The two bills put to debate at plenary now require public input for passage.
What is missing is a dedicated institution, a commission, an agency, fully empowered and resourced to ensure that these rights are protected and practiced, not just on papers.
We urge that the bill being consolidated should include decentralizing child protection through state and local units.
We recommend the addition of a representative of Federal Minister of Health as a member of the governing board of the commission, and also we recommend a gender balance in the composition of both commission and agency to ensure that perspectives of women and mothers are adequately represented at all levels of the child protection.
Nigerian Immigration Service, as the lead agency in border security, holds a vital mandate in protecting children who are moved across borders, whether lawfully or unlawfully, and ensuring that Nigeria is not a source, transit, or destination country for smuggling of children, child exploitation, and other vices that impede realization of their full potentials.
Members of the committee acknowledged the contributions brought forward and promised to make judicious use of the submissions in the interest of the Nigerian child.
Time has come when we take the interest of the child as priority.
By establishing these institutions, we are taking a concrete step towards creating a society where every child can realize their full potential, free from fear, violence, and discrimination.
The committee is expected to report back to the plenary for further action. From the National Assembly, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
In a related development, Kano State House of Assembly has considered a motion for the establishment of a community midwifery school in Kiru local government area, sponsored by Representative Usman Tasu Abubakar. This is part of efforts to curb maternal and neonatal deaths while strengthening healthcare system, especially in rural communities. Samira Hamisushira reports that 3 other motions were also adopted during plenary.
According to statistics, lack of primary healthcare facilities in hard-to-reach communities and the reluctance of healthcare workers to commit to their duty posts are major contributors to maternal deaths. To address this gap, particularly in Kano South Senatorial District, the establishment of a midwifery school is crucial.
This important school in our locality will surely make it possible to avoid unnecessary referral of maternal cases to other facilities, seeking the best care from qualified professionals.
Adding value to the issue of midwifery and healthcare education will be there. Mr. Speaker, when a community midwifery school is established, it will go a long way to address some maternal mortality challenges and cases in Kano which are high side.
During Monday's plenary, 3 motions were also adopted, including a motion by Representative Murtala Musa Kori to renovate Ambata Technical College, with suggestions from lawmakers to overhaul the technical school syllabus statewide. Similarly, a motion to construct a road linking Kademi and Utai wards in Gaya and Wooden local government areas, which has been in existence colonial times, was also adopted. Representative Ahmad Idris from Karai also moved a motion calling on the state government to provide potable water in Ngwardinya Kurugu ward. All motions were adopted. The House will resume plenary on Monday, the 28th of July 2025.
Now, the Sokoto State House of Assembly has resolved to approve the restoration of electrical facilities in Sifawa Yabo constituency, with an urgent call on the state government to do the needful. State Assembly correspondent Shehu Yusuf Anka reports that the motion was moved by lawmaker Abubakar Shehu Shamaki.
Presenting the motion, the member representing Yabo constituency, Abubakar Shehu Shamaki, states that the damage is as a result of a windstorm and activities of vandals, inflicting sufferings on the economy and well-being of people in the area. The member described the situation as unfortunate, adding that the communities surrounding Sifawa and Yabo have been enduring power outage for over a year following the destruction.
Calling on the state government come to the aid of community by restoring all the electrical facilities which have been destroyed by a windstorm and vandalized by some individuals.
Members, on their separate comments, highlighted the significance of electricity to the growth of economy. The Speaker, Tukurubola Bodinga, after debate, called on the state government to intervene for the electorate to enjoy more dividend of democracy. From the Sokoto State House of Assembly, Shah Yusuf Anka, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Oyo State House of Assembly has pledged its continuous commitment to making laws to improve governance, deepen democracy, and enhance the well-being of the people. This was at a town hall meeting organized by the Oyo State Mobilization Agency for Socio-Economic Development in collaboration with the German NGO Political Foundation to review the achievements and challenges of the 10th Assembly in the state. Correspondent Oyeyinka Omoli has more.
At the town hall meeting attended by various interest groups, including security agencies and representatives of political parties, activities of the Oyo State House of Assembly was brought under critical scrutiny to assess achievements and challenges in their responsibilities towards improving the welfare of the citizens of the state, especially through its legislative activities.
The responsibility of the legislature goes beyond lawmaking. The oversight functions can be tedious. When you look at the way the House of Assembly scrutinizes the budget of the executives, you will see how tough it is to be a member of the House of Assembly.
That I appreciate the Oyo State House of Assembly a lot for their readiness to do this. Not every State House of Assembly does it. If there's room for improvement, that's okay. We can always do better, but I'm really glad we did this today.
A lecture on legislature performance and constituency relations in Oyo State, achievements and gaps, dwelt on the need for the legislature to build public trust in their legislative duties.
The Assembly is doing well with bills, but we need more grassroots work, consultation before the bill. The bill may be very good to you. I'm telling you, it may not be good to them unless you convince them.
Speaker, Oyo State House of Assembly, Adebo Ogundoyin, noted that the 10th Oyo Assembly has recorded significant strides in deepening democratic values, advancing legislative reforms, and enacting impactful, people-centered laws in alignment with its legislative agenda, although with its attendant challenges.
From capacity gaps to fiscal constraints, from public perception to structural limitation, we have learned that governance is a continuous dialogue and consultation.
The Speaker therefore assured the gathering that the town hall meeting will be replicated in all 32 state constituencies to enhance people's participation in the democratic process. In Ibadan, Oyeyinka Omole, NTA News.
Away from legislative matters, the third graduation ceremony of the Nigeria-Canadian College, Abuja, was indeed a milestone, featuring award presentation and prizes given to students for their academic performances, with management, staff, teachers, parents, and well-wishers gathered to celebrate their shining stars, as well as chart a new course for the leaders of tomorrow. Elvis Bezard reports that among those honored was the General Manager of NTA Parliament, Abdullahi Garba Birnunkudu, for his exemplary leadership as the PTA chairman of the college.
1, 2, 3, go! Thank you. Can we get the...
Dressed and seated colorfully and honorably in their graduating attires, graduates could not help but express happiness on the occasion while reminiscing on their achievements so far. The event featured lively dance performances by preschoolers, eloquent speech deliveries, spoken word presentations, and lots more, all capped in intriguing moments that would linger.
Lessons we've learned, the bonds we've made. I was walking down the street on my way to the shop when somebody said,
The chairman and other guests congratulated the graduates as well as pupils who were awarded for various academic performances, while encouraging other students to strive to excel in their academic pursuit.
And standing on the protocol of certification of candidates, I hereby confirm the graduation of 6 early years students, 7 elementary school students, and 5 senior secondary school students.
To the graduates, I know that each of you has something special. You are all creative, intelligent, and smart.
I want to say PTA will continue to be committed to this project that is supporting the teachers, supporting the school to introduce innovation that will make the school great.
Very, very interesting. I could see a lot of personalities present, which my son happened to be among the graduates, and I was so happy.
Some graduates and recipients of awards said they were inspired not to relent in giving their best while thanking the school for its impact in their lives.
Fellow graduating champions, today is a significant moment for those of us transitioning from nursery to primary school.
The ceremony came to a close, leaving students with strengthened resolve for growth, excellence, and graduates well equipped to carry on endeavors leading to a promising future.
Put your hands together for them, please.
Congratulations are in order. On that cheerful note, we conclude the newscasts at this time. You can engage the platforms on the screen for this and other programs. Once again, I am Amina Saidu. Good evening.